Hello, my mystic friends. I'm your astrologer, Patricia Tate, and today I want to share with you about this beautiful flowing Grand Water Trine. This energy is just beautiful for bringing us into alignment. This will be from October 24th through October 31st. The energy builds and then it maximizes for this week, and then it will ebb and flow away. I love this because the universe is offering us this emotional alchemy to align, and it's about peace and harmony and forgiveness and connection. So let's dive in. So for my Aries friends, you're going to have a Grand Water Trine on October 24th through the 31st. It's going to be connecting Jupiter in Cancer, and it's going to be connecting your Mercury and your Mars in your 8th house, and Saturn and Neptune that are in your 12th house. So this energy is connecting your home, your shared resources, and your 12th house. So it's weaving this tapestry of emotional healing for you. It's about intuition. It brings in themes of deep transformation. With Mercury and Mars in the sign of Scorpio in your 8th house, it's energizing that you are ready to confront the unseen. With shared finances, with intimacy, deep psychological rebirth and transformation, the 8th house is where you are invested emotionally, financially, psychologically, sexually with other people. You are ready to confront the unseen. And so your conversations, they can go very deep. This is you craving the truth over like surface level conversations and exchanges. This is going to be a powerful week for clearing out your emotional debt, for forgiving of the past. That is on yourself and on others, and a rebuilding of trust, both with yourself and with other people. You have Jupiter in Cancer in your 4th house. This is the cradle, your home, your family, your foundation. This is your roots. It's really blessing your growth within family dynamics, family matters, security, belonging, harmony. There's this profound desire to create a sanctuary where your soul, it feels safe to expand, to actually grow roots. And so at the same time, you have Saturn and Neptune in your 12th house. This is in the sign of Pisces. It's about flowing through and connecting with the undercurrents of spiritual surrender, emotional release. Healing, it can come through rest and dream work, spiritual practices that can help you to center and reconnect with the divine, your higher power, whatever that is. Now, the opportunities of this transit is just beautiful emotional renewal that's through the letting go of old pain, of a connection and sinking in and deepening intimacy and reconnecting with ancestral wisdom. Maybe you can receive insights from dreams or feel drawn to the water's cleansing powers. This is a bath or going to an ocean, or even just tears that can release and now hold magic. It's connecting in and sinking in and using the magical power of water. Flow with emotional vulnerability instead of just resisting it. Let Mars and Scorpio help you to face your shadow courageously, while Saturn and Pisces, it's reminding you that it's establishing these emotional boundaries that are rooted in compassion. Neptune, it's inviting forgiveness of yourself and of others. You can only know what you know. It's you cannot look at yourself and be upset about things that have happened. Those are lessons that you have learned, and now it's growing and changing and evolving from there. Now, this is about allowing this new level of spiritual clarity for you. Trust that by softening your own defenses, you create these more authentic connections with others. Your strength, it lies in allowing healing to unfold rather than just forcing these outcomes. My Aries friends, a mantra for you can be, I surrender to the healing waters within and around me, and I trust that the emotional truth will set me free. So for my Aries friends, thank you so much for being here, and I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. So for my Taurus friends, on October 24th through October 31st, you are going to have this beautiful Grand Water Trine. It is connecting your 3rd house to the 7th house to the 11th house. These are the houses of connection with other people. And so we have a Grand Water Trine creating this harmonious flow between the way that you communicate, your relationships, your partnerships, and both personal and professional. And it's about gaining clarity. You have Jupiter in the sign of Cancer, you have Mars and Mercury in Scorpio, and you have Neptune and Saturn in your 11th house in the sign of Pisces. So Mercury and Mars in the sign of Scorpio, it's illuminating the other, the partnerships. It's both personal, professional, collaborative, it's clients, it's all of your one-on-one relationships. This is going to be a time for you to celebrate your relationships with this greater vision of what you want these connections to look like for the future. You have Mercury and Mars here. It's bringing in your conversations with loved ones to deepen your contracts, your collaborations with others in order to help you celebrate them and move forward with more of a mutual understanding. It becomes possible when the tension it's released. And so Mars is here to empower you. It wants you to help cut through and to assert what your needs are. Mercury, it's offering you these words in order to express with honesty and with grace. Having Jupiter in Cancer, this is in your 3rd house of communication, of learning, of studying, of your own local environment, your neighbors, your siblings, your cousins. Your words, they're going to carry warmth and optimism, and it's going to make it easier to truly bring in and attract support from other people. This transit, it enhances your ability to teach, to write, to speak, to connect with other people within your local environment. And that could be siblings, it could be just people that you connect with on a daily basis. You are learning that the way that you contribute, it can either build bridges or it can create walls. And so now it's all about you building bridges. Now, meanwhile, you have Saturn and Neptune in Pisces. Now, this is forming this trine within people that you are connected with future goals, with your community. The 11th house is our dreams. It's our collective healing. It's spiritual service that now can take tangible shape because Saturn is there. Saturn, it reminds you that you choose these connections, these causes that truly align with your own values, while Neptune is here to inspire faith and hope in your own visions. The opportunities of this Grand Trine, it's forming or strengthening these partnerships. It's teaching and mentorship of other people. It's joining of like-minded communities and networks. It's you expressing your truth with compassion. The universe is asking you to balance these heart-centered expressions with healthy boundaries. Mars in Scorpio, it's encouraging you to have this emotional courage. It wants you to speak your truth even when it feels uncomfortable. Saturn in Pisces, it's helping you to stay grounded. Neptune, it's amplifying your energy, your empathy, your connection of feeling what other people are feeling. Avoid idealizing your partnerships. Instead, look to root them into these shared purposes that revolve around honesty. Allow your intuition to guide your words, because what you say now, it can shape this lasting harmony, this connection within your relationships, your partnerships, and your future path. So for my Taurus friends, a mantra can be, through honesty and compassion and faith, I attract connections that will reflect my highest truth. So thank you so much for being here, and I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. So for my Gemini friends, we are connecting on October 24th through the 31st, 3 different houses for you with major planets, and one of them is your chart ruler. So the Grand Water Trine is activating Jupiter in the sign of Cancer in your 2nd house, and it has Mercury and Mars in Scorpio in your 6th house, and we have Saturn and Neptune at the very peak of your chart, which is your career, your job, your reputation, your legacy. It's bringing all of this together, and so it's creating this wave of alignment between your values, your self-worth, your work, your purpose, your drive. With Mercury in Scorpio, it's waving this alignment that's energizing your house of focus, and it wants to make sure that you're focused on your own health, your own daily routines, your own service to others. It's needing to care for myself, and then what can I give back to others? You are going to be motivated to truly refine your habits, to streamline, like with a calendar, with you streamlining your workflow, to take decisive actions of how can I move towards my goals. These conversations about work, they can definitely intensify during this time. It can reveal these power dynamics that are behind the scenes, or the need for you to clear boundaries with other people. It's Mercury, your ruling planet, is helping you to discern what truly serves your own growth, while Mars here is urging you to act on what you already know. Jupiter in the sign of Cancer in your 2nd house of your finances, your self-worth, your material stability is bringing this expansion, this abundance through you having emotional authenticity. You might find that when you honor your own values, these opportunities for prosperity, they just appear naturally. It's bringing it to you. This is an invitation to nurture these healthier relationships that you have with your finances, ones that are rooted in trust and gratitude and emotional confidence, rather than fear or comparison of what other people have. You're exactly where you're supposed to be, doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing at the right moment. Now, at the same time, you have Saturn and Neptune at the top of your chart. It's gracing your 10th house of career, your public life. It's blending your vision with personal responsibilities. Saturn wants you to anchor your long-term goals with helping you to establish a meaningful legacy. While Neptune blurs. It's softening the edges, reminding you that your vocation, your lasting legacy, it has to align with your soul's calling, not just your ambition. The opportunities that can come from this transit are advancing your professional life, your career, your job, your legacy, your reputation through emotional intelligence now, aligning your work with purpose, improving your physical, your mental health and well-being. It's aligned and saying, my mental, physical, spiritual health and well-being, I need to care for myself in order to share or connect with others. Your financial stability, it's going to flow when your actions reflect your own inner truth. I would encourage you to prioritize balance and discernment at this time. Mars, it can really push and drive the intensity. Channel it into focused productivity, not burnout, because that can happen. Since we have Saturn in Pisces, it's calling for spiritual maturity. It wants you to be in a line with your higher calling. Neptune is reminding you that true success, it's about integrating compassion and service. Don't chase recognition. Let integrity, let the alignment be your compass, your inner compass. Let it flow to you. When you care for your body, when you nurture your craft, and when you lead with your heart, the universe, it literally mirrors that devotion and brings it right back to you with abundance and peace. So for my Gemini friends, a mantra for you can be, I create stability and success by honoring my body, my values, and the soulful work that I am called to do. So for my Gemini friends, thank you so much for being here, and I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. So for my Cancer friends, on October 24th through the 31st, we're going to have a Grand Water Trine. Since you are ruled by water, this is going to feel like a kiss from the universe. We have Jupiter in your first house of identity and self, and Saturn and Neptune in Pisces in your ninth house, and you have Mars and Mercury in the sign of Scorpio in your fifth house of children, creativity. It's forming this beautiful, harmonious Grand Water Trine. So a Grand Water Trine activating these three areas of your life, it's filling your world with creative renewal. It's self-expression, tapping into your own inner child. It's about spiritual expression. With Mercury and Mars in your fifth house, it's lighting up your house of art and poetry and music and joy and your own passions. And it's these topics that are being reignited. And so you are going to feel more magnetic. This is expressive and ready to create from your heart. Now, whether it's an artistic pursuit or a love of a story or a project that just excites your soul, Mars is here to truly encourage you to follow your bliss, while Mercury is deepening your insight into what does truly fulfill you. Words, they can just flow with conviction. And these conversations around love, and love comes in many different forms. Love of people, love of food, love of a pet, love of connection. All of these creative purposes, they become these powerful catalysts for you to transform. You have Jupiter in Cancer moving through your first house. It's amplifying your optimism. It's your visibility, your emotional confidence. The first house is literally you. And so you are stepping into this new chapter of growth, embodying your own authenticity with warmth and grace. People, they're drawn to your sincerity, your nurturing presence. This is a time for you to embrace these opportunities that just feel aligned with who you're becoming. Meanwhile, having Saturn and Neptune in Pisces in your ninth house, this is amplifying your optimism, your growth of wisdom and travel and higher meaning. The ninth house is where we connect with other people to broaden our perspectives, our mind. Saturn wants to give shape to these long-term visions. And Neptune, it opens up your spirit to divine guidance. You are learning that faith and structure, they can both coexist at the same time. Discipline from Saturn, it becomes this vessel for your spiritual awakening. Now, the opportunities, they come from you expanding your horizons through teaching or studying or publishing or traveling or rekindling love that has this creative inspiration. You embracing your authentic self with courage and compassion. I'm encouraging you to know that you are being asked to lead with heart-centered confidence. Mars and Mercury, they encourage bold expression. Mars wants to initiate, and it's you not holding back your truth out of fear. Jupiter is reminding you that generosity it attracts abundance. And so Saturn with the rings around it is grounding your dreams into these achievable steps, these goals of short, middle, and long term. Neptune's influence, it calls you to trust your intuition over perfection. Let your creativity flow. Use this as a sacred offering to the universe, knowing that what comes from your own heart, it has the power to heal both you and others. So for my Cancer friends, a mantra can be, I shine from my heart, creating and living with faith and love and soulful authenticity. So for my Cancer friends, thank you so much for being here. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. So for my Leo friends, you are going to have this beautiful Grand Water Trine from October 24th through the 31st. It is connecting Jupiter and Saturn and Neptune and Mars and Mercury, right back to Jupiter. I absolutely love this energy for you, connecting these three areas of your houses. And so it's awakening these themes of healing and transformation and your own inner peace. Having Mercury and Mars in the sign of Scorpio in your home sector, it's energizing your family, your traditions. It's the foundation that your life is built upon. You might feel called to nurture your personal private world. You can have these conversations within your home that they become deeper, more emotionally charged. Mars here, it's urging you to take this decisive action. Remember, Mars has the sword and it just wants to cut through. It's you being the warrior to act on creative harmony within your own living space. While Mercury's thoughts and ideas, it's sharpening your intuition. It's allowing you to perceive what has long gone unspoken. This could be healing ancestral patterns, or this is transforming the energy from within your own home. It becomes this sacred act of empowerment. Now, Jupiter in Cancer is in your 12th house. That 12th house is the house of isolation and what we do in private. It's spirituality, it's solitude, it's divine guidance. It wants to expand your connection to the unseen. Jupiter expands things that it touches. So this could be time alone, or this could be like you spending time within meditation in order to open up these gateways to inner peace or intuitive wisdom, dream work, astral travel, astral projection. There can be these hidden blessings that now come through your dreams, or these moments of a pause and of reflection where you are tuning out in order to tune in. Now, you are being supported by these invisible forces that are guiding you towards this emotional liberation. Meanwhile, you have Saturn and Neptune in the sign of Pisces in your 8th house. This is the house of birth, death, rebirth, and transformation and healing. It's about intimacy with those people that you share sacred space with, or within shared resources. And so Saturn grounds your emotional depth. It teaches discernment around trust, while Neptune dissolves. It dissolves fears. It encourages these deep spiritual healing opportunities. Now, the opportunities that can come from this Grand Water Trine are emotional renewal through family healing, through spiritual growth, through your own personal introspection, empowerment through emotional vulnerability. This is just an ideal week to release the emotional baggage, to break through karmic ties, to reestablish your own inner security. Know that the universe, it's inviting you to surrender control. It's inviting you to trust in the unseen. Mars and Scorpio, it's encouraging you to have this action from emotional truth, not from fear. Saturn, it's teaching you that vulnerability is strength for you, while Neptune is asking you for compassion towards yourself and others. It's asking for forgiveness of what you didn't know. And so let the Jupiter in Cancer remind you that when you take the pause, that solitude, it's not being alone. It's not isolation. It's sacred replenishment. The more you can pause and align with your own inner world, the more peace can radiate outward for you. And so a mantra for you, Leo, can be, I heal from within, allowing love and faith and emotional truth to restore my soul's foundation. So for my Leo friends, thank you so much for being here. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. So for my Virgo friends, you're going to have this beautiful Grand Water Trine that will be from October 24th through October 31st. It is connecting Jupiter to Mars and Mercury and Saturn and Neptune. This is beautiful energy that's connecting your 11th house of your dreams, your goals, your partnership sector, your 7th house, and Mars and Mercury in your 3rd house of communication. All of this energy is opening up the channels for you for heartfelt communication and connection, deepened partnerships with others, people that you have these shared connections or goals, people that you have shared purpose. This can be through work associates. It's within your own greater community. Having Mercury and Mars, and it's energizing your 3rd house, it's offering you the knowledge that your words, they carry depth, they carry conviction, they carry power. And conversations that you once skimmed the surface of, they now hold this transformative potential. You are more perceptive with your speech, and it's you articulating your words. It's paying attention to the words that you're saying and the words that you're receiving, and understanding what's not being said. This is to embrace this with purpose. Mercury, it sharpens your mind. It's looking for truth. It's looking for meaningful dialogue. And so you might find yourself meditating, writing, journaling, teaching, bringing these healing energies through words that can cut through the illusion, that it brings a touch of soul to things that you're saying and doing. The 3rd house is where we communicate with others, and then we bring that information back in. Now, Jupiter in Cancer is in your 11th house of friendships, networks, dreams for the future, your goals. And so it's community supporting growth and these alliances that you form that now they can lead to these lasting mutual benefit for not just you, but for others. This is the house where we have work partners, work associates, and where we volunteer, are part of something that's bigger, some like a collective. It's also our online networks and groups. And so for you, this is this period of alignment, of finding people whose hearts also resonate with yours. These shared visions, they take root. You can have this emotional generosity within groups that it creates this fertile ground for progress and inspiration. Having Saturn and Neptune in the sign of Pisces in your 7th house of the other, it's partnerships, personal, professional, collaborative. Saturn wants to stabilize your commitments. It's asking for maturity in how you show up for others. While Neptune, it's infusing love with compassion and this spiritual connection and understanding of others. It blurs and bends the edges of things. You are learning the art of unconditional connection without losing yourself in the process. The opportunities of this transit, they come from you building bridges through your words, strengthening or healing these relationships, or joining these soul-aligned communities, you sharing your ideas with impact. The key to this week's grace lies in conscious communication, knowing that all parts of your chart are lit up in the way that you communicate. Speak with emotional honesty, but temper Mars' intensity with empathy, feeling other people's feels. Saturn is here to remind you to uphold your integrity, your accountability within your relationships, within your partnerships, personal and professional. Neptune is here to remind you to also listen with your heart, not with your ego. When you ground your truth in compassion, every word, with every connection that you are building, it's a vehicle for healing and for growth. And so, my Virgo friends, a mantra for you can be, my words, they're guided by truth and compassion. They create harmony, trust, and inspired connection with others. So for my Virgo friends, thank you so much for being here. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. So for my Libra friends, you are having this Grand Water Trine from October 24th through October 31st. It's connecting Jupiter in your 10th house of career, job, reputation, legacy, Mars and Mercury in your 2nd house of money, cash, property, self-worth, to Saturn and Neptune in your 6th house of daily habits. It's aligning all of these houses that have to do with work and responsibility and your personal resources and your self-worth. This Grand Trine, it's bringing this emotional flow and stability to work, finances, your sense of purpose. With Mercury in Scorpio and Mars in Scorpio, it's fueling your 2nd house of your own personal resources, your cash, your property, your talents. It's what do you own, and it's also what do you value in people, places, and things. And so you are invited to deepen your relationship with security, both material and emotional. Mars gives you this passion, this drive. It gives you the determination to earn what you deserve. Know your value, know your worth. Mercury helps you to assess where is your energy, your effort to truly belong. It's this powerful moment to self-evaluate your own worth. It's to look at yourself, to claim your value without apology. Now, conversations around money or shared resources, they can now come up. They're guiding you towards this greater empowerment for your own independence. Jupiter in Cancer is at the top of your chart. It's the highest point. Your 10th house is career, it's status, it's legacy, reputation. And so it's offering you this expansion and recognition. Doors open professionally, and you are nurturing your presence. It becomes this cornerstone of your success. And this can be for career or just personal. Now, Jupiter, it brings visibility. It brings these opportunities to align with emotional fulfillment. It reminds you that your career path, it has to nourish your heart first as much as your ambitions, your goals. Where do you want to go and what do you want to do? Now, meanwhile, you have Saturn and Neptune in Pisces. This is your 6th house of your daily habits, your work, your health, your service to others, balancing these two areas of your life, your home and your career. Saturn here, it's emphasizing structure and discipline and making sure that you're making yourself a priority, your own self-care. Neptune, it's inviting compassion and surrender. You are learning to work with purpose rather than just pressure. You are blending practicality with your own intuition. The opportunities of this transit can be increased career momentum, possibly financial empowerment, improved health, wellness, like finding a counselor, finding a guide, finding a mentor, streamlining your work, and this renewed sense of meaningful productivity. Look to balance your ambition with self-care, self-nurturing. Mars in Scorpio, it urges you to have this bold action towards financial stability. But Saturn, it reminds you that sustainable success, it comes through consistency and integrity. Neptune, it encourages faith in your calling, in this compassion for yourself that you have to create along the way. Don't push, but look to flow with this energy. It's not chasing, it's allowing for the current to take you. This Grand Water Trine, it's helping you to find ease with the rhythm of your work and the beauty within the purpose. When your heart and your work, they align, and when it happens, abundance will just flow naturally. So, my Libra friends, a mantra for you can be, I honor my worth, I serve with purpose, and I allow success to unfold in harmony within my heart. So for my Libra friends, thank you so much for being here. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. So for my Scorpio friends, you are naturally water, and this is all about you, connecting you. From October 24th through October 31st, you are connecting Mars and Mercury in your sign, and the sun's there also, just not part of this trine, with Jupiter in Cancer in your 9th house, and you have Neptune and Saturn in your 5th house of children and creativity and art and beauty and love. And so it's bringing all of this energy in a harmonious trine to shift and to offer you this respite. It's filling your life with inspiration. It's creative flow. It's spiritual alignment for you. With Mercury and Mars in the sign of Scorpio, it's igniting your first house of identity. We know that this has to do with all about you and your own self-expression. You are magnetic, and you're also focused and driven. And so your words, they carry power, and they carry this deep emotional depth. Your presence, it commands attention. Remember, it's like a magnet, either pulling in or repelling away. Mars here, it wants to sharpen the determination to act in alignment with your own truth. While Mercury, it wants to deepen your perception within yourself and others. What's being said, what's not being said. You are seeing the world with your role in it through the most soulful eyes. You know that the eyes are the window into somebody's soul and your own. So this is a week for you to have this bold authenticity, courageous communication with others, and living as your most integrated self. You have Jupiter in a fellow water sign in your 9th house of higher knowledge and learning and long distance connection, the house of expanding your mind. You might be inspired to teach or to publish or to travel, to explore new philosophies that stretch your spirit. This influence, it's really going to encourage your own personal growth that can come through wisdom and compassion. It's saying, I need to expand beyond the boundaries that are here right now. It's reminding you that your own emotional intelligence is just as valuable as your own intellectual insight. Now, Saturn and Neptune, it's activating your 5th house of creativity, children, it's romance, it's joy, harmony, pleasure. Saturn here, it offers structure. Remember, it has the rings around it. It has the boundaries. And so it wants you to structure your passions into helping you refine what is creative work, or to commit to this heartfelt project that is meaningful to you. Now, Neptune, it heightens the inspiration and your imagination. It turns art and love into the sacred act of devotion. The opportunities of this beautiful Grand Water Trine, it's you expressing your truth confidently. It's you sharing your story, pursuing creativity or spiritual calling, and embracing the joy of self-realization. The universe is asking you to merge your passion with your purpose. Mars wants to give you the strength. Saturn, it wants to give you the arena and wants you to have the goals. And how do you pace yourself to accomplish this? Let Jupiter inspire your heart, not as an illusion. Trust your intuition without losing discernment. Jupiter has this optimism, and Mercury has this clarity to help you lead by example. Your authenticity now, it becomes your greatest teaching tool. The more aligned you are with your own inner truth, the more effortlessly life is going to unfold for you. So for my Scorpio friends, a mantra can be, I live, I love, and I lead from my authentic truth, flowing in harmony with divine purpose. So for my Scorpio friends, thank you so much for being here. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. So for my Sagittarius friends, on October 24th through the 31st, you're going to have this beautiful Grand Water Trine illuminating and lighting up your chart. It is connecting your 12th house with Mars and Mercury in the sign of Scorpio, Jupiter in the sign of Cancer in your 8th house of shared resources, where you're connected emotionally on a deeper level with other people financially, and Saturn and Neptune in your house of home, your family, your roots, your traditions. So this Grand Water Trine flowing through your 12th, your 4th, your 8th, it's really encouraging this emotional release for you. It's about a spiritual surrender, profound inner renewal. It's healing. With Mercury and Mars in the sign of Scorpio, it's stirring your 12th house of your subconscious, of karma, of dreams and intuition. Its solitude, therefore, becomes sacred for you. Mars energizes the hidden realms of healing, while Mercury brings clarity to your emotions that you have possibly suppressed. And so this is an ideal week for journaling, meditation, therapy, yoga. It's a time to pause, to tune in. It's to tune out the outside world and connect with dreams, ancestors, astral travel, astral projection, anything that you can tune into the sacred divine information that can come from the spiritual realm. You are called to listen inwardly where the truest answers reside. Now, you also have this connection to Jupiter in Cancer, blessing your 8th house of transformation. This is the house of birth, death, and rebirth. It's the house of intimacy, the house of shared resources. This could be with business partners, significant others. This could be with family members. There can be these emotional bonds that deepen through this. There's the potential for healing through trust and vulnerability to expand here. Financial support, inheritance, emotional reciprocity. It can appear through spiritual or intuitive channels or connections. Jupiter's presence here, it helps you to reclaim your power by embracing your own interdependence rather than control. Meanwhile, Saturn and Neptune, it's anchoring in your home, your traditions, your roots, your own ancestry. Saturn wants to encourage you to create emotional stability and stronger boundaries within your own home and family life. Neptune, remember, it blurs, it dissolves. It wants to soften the family ties through forgiveness and compassion. And together, they want to help you to turn your home into a space of peace and a spiritual refuge. The opportunities that can come from this transit are deep healing, spiritual awakening, and a renewal and trust. This is about releasing what no longer serves your soul's evolution. Let go, let flow. Easier said than done, but the universe is now making this an easy flow, opportune time. With this Grand Water Trine, it's teaching you that peace, it comes from acceptance, not holding on to things, not resistance. Mars can reveal this inner restlessness. Channel it into creative reflection, not escape. Saturn is reminding you that solitude, it can be grounding when it's intentional. And Neptune is asking you to surrender control and be open to grace. Jupiter is encouraging faith in the unseen. What we know can be out there. We feel it. We just have to tune into it. That letting go doesn't mean a loss, but it means freedom and liberation. Healing can now come quietly in these waves. Think of it as the water bringing it in, taking away the pain and bringing in the healing to wash over your spirit for you to restore your own strength. My Sagittarius friends, a mantra for you can be, I surrender to stillness, allowing divine grace to lead, to heal, to renew, and to restore my soul. So for my Sagittarius friends, thank you so much for being here. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. So for my Capricorn friends, you are having this beautiful Grand Water Trine on October 24th through the 31st, connecting Mars and Mercury in your 11th house to Saturn and Neptune in your 3rd house of communication, and Jupiter and Cancer in your partnership sector. Now, these houses are all about you with other people, your goals, the way you connect with other people, personal relationships, professional relationships. It's literally bringing the way that you communicate with other people all into a flow. It's inspiring harmony in your relationships, your social connections. With Mercury and Mars in the sign of Scorpio, illuminating your community sector, your networks, your goals. These can be online or these can be in person. So like think about through your phone or your computer. It's your goals and it's your focus turns to more of collaboration and shared purpose. And so Mars, it wants to fuel your desire, your drive to make these meaningful contributions to groups or causes that you feel compassionate about. And Mercury wants to sharpen your strategy, your insight into how you communicate. And it wants to unify the people around you with this common vision. Your words are going to carry influence now. The way you communicate with others can really rally support, and it can open up these doors that once seemed closed to you. It's like walking down a hallway and all doors are open and you're ready to have this group meeting. Now you have Jupiter in Cancer adding to this, and it's in the house of partnerships. This is creating these opportunities for growth and healing with all of your one-on-one relationships. This can be best friends, significant other, these could be clients, this could be open enemies and exes. It's personal, professional, collaborative. This is such beautiful energy with you forming these connections, these alliances, both romantic and professional, that nourish the emotional well-being of your soul. Jupiter is encouraging fairness and empathy and mutual respect. It's reminding you that like harmony, it comes through cooperation, not through control. Meanwhile, you have Saturn and Neptune. They're both in the watery sign of Pisces in your 3rd house of communication. And so this is the communication mindset where we take in information and where we share it and disseminate it with other people. This is the house of learning. Saturn wants to ground your ideas with discipline and structure. It wants to create these goals, short, middle, long term. And we have Neptune. Neptune wants to expand your learning, your imagination, your compassion, and how do you express yourself. The balance here is between logic and intuition, and it's blending it together, and it's creating your greatest strength. The opportunities of this beautiful Grand Water Trine is deepening your partnerships. It's expanding your social influence. It's collaborating with purpose-driven groups and you speaking with this emotional authenticity. I encourage you to lead with emotional intelligence. Mars in Scorpio gives this persuasive power to you. Use it with integrity. Saturn It's urging you, this thoughtful communication that's grounded in responsibility. While Neptune, it's encouraging empathy and non-judgment. It's feeling other people's feels and looking at the path that they're walking in. Jupiter's presence, it reminds you that genuine success, it comes through connection. It's not about competition. Now, collaborations that are formed now, they can become more of these cornerstones for future success for you, especially when they're built on trust and shared vision. So release the rigidity and let go of the desire to control, and allow for the flow of compassion and strength, because that is the influence that will garner your connection within these relationships. So for my Capricorn friends, a mantra for you can be, I connect and I communicate from my heart. I am building relationships that are rooted in trust, purpose, and compassion. So for my Capricorn friends, thank you so much for being here. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. So for my Aquarius friends, on October 24th through the 31st, you're going to experience this beautiful Grand Water Trine. I absolutely love it for bringing gifts, abundance. It's bringing in all the themes of Mercury and Mars in sign of Scorpio in your 10th house of career. It's the highest point of your chart, and you also have the sun there adding more energy to it. And Saturn and Neptune in your second house of money, resources, cash, property, talent, skill set, with Jupiter in the sign of Cancer. This is in your daily habits. It's balancing home and career. Now, this Grand Water Trine, it's activating your 10th, your 2nd, your 6th, and it brings about the harmonizing purpose of your resources. It wants to bring into a daily rhythm things that are sustainable for you. With Mercury and Mars in the sign of Scorpio at the top of your chart, it's about career and your public life, your ambitions. All of these things are going to take center stage. It's literally the pinnacle of everything. Mars wants to fuel your desire, your drive to move forward with authority, with courage, passion, desire. Remember, it's the warrior. And so Mercury, it helps you to strategize. It wants to communicate. It wants to negotiate with precision. You might find yourself in a leadership role, or how do you handle these situations that demand emotional intelligence? It's merging these energies together and saying, I need to have calm determination. This is going to be a moment to demonstrate the mastery that's not through control, but through integrity and the depth of your purpose. Now, connecting it with Jupiter in Cancer, it's expanding your house of work and wellness and your service, finding a counselor, finding a guide, finding a mentor. How can I be of service to others? This is a season of you finding joy in your daily work. This is bringing you these opportunities to improve your health, possibly to organize your routines, to contribute meaningful work that not only supports you, but is also, how can I give back to others? You might be recognized for the care and devotion that you bring to your craft. Bringing in Saturn and Neptune, they're both in the sign of Pisces in your second house. This is the house of your finances, your self-worth, your material security. What do I need in order to feel safe and secure? People, places, and things. And so Saturn here, it helps you to establish these boundaries around your financial disciplines, while Neptune, it dissolves. It wants you to soften the edges. It wants you to, it's literally asking you to align your earning power with your purpose. You are building this new foundation where emotional fulfillment is also bringing practical stability, and these things can all coexist together. I would expect professional advancement, renewed motivation, having this desire for a connection for meaningful work. And it's a balance between your own health and well-being and soulful discipline. Remember that the 6th house is balancing your home with your career. Know that this Grand Water Trine, it's inviting you to redefine success, but it's on your own terms. Mars, it can push you to truly act boldly. And Saturn teaches that patience and long-term vision, we need to have a short, a middle, and a long-term goal in order to create this and sustain this. Neptune, it reminds you that to lead, it has to come from compassion rather than competition with others. Jupiter is offering you the abundance through service and consistency. Trust that your intuition, when you are making these financial choices, is going to be spot on. Your emotional wisdom is going to be your greatest asset. Success can now flow when you merge your ambition with your authenticity, with a greater purpose, with peace. It's flowing all three of these areas together to align you more in harmony. The tides will take out and the tides will bring in. And so for my Aquarius friends, a mantra can be, I rise through integrity, blending purpose and compassion and emotional strength in all that I create. So for my Aquarius friends, thank you so much for being here. I'd love to hear thoughts about this in the comments below. So for my Pisces friends, you are all water, and this is all about you. We are connecting Mars and Mercury in your 9th house in the sign of Scorpio, with Saturn and Neptune in your 1st house of identity, with Jupiter in your 5th house of creativity, beauty, love, children, your own inner child, in the sign of Cancer. All of this is going to be taking place on October 24th through October 31st. It's literally bringing everything that you've been working towards in an alignment for you to work with. It's about the ebb and flow of the water energy. It's activating your 9th, your 1st, your 5th, in order to surround you with inspiration, spiritual insight, and then to have the creative flow, the ebb and flow of the tides. With Mercury and Mars in Scorpio, it's energizing your house of higher learning, your belief system. This is an awakening of new layers of understanding for you. Mars here, it empowers you to pursue. It wants you to, Mars is a warrior. Think of it as having a sword and going after. And it wants you to pursue growth with passion and courage. This is expanding your mind, expanding your horizons, whether it's through study or teaching or exploration. While Mercury, it's sharpening your own discernment. It's helping you to see how your experiences are shaping your personal worldview, you getting out there and living it. This is a time to experience bold curiosity and to have faith in your own personal truth. You're also working with Jupiter in the sign of Cancer. Now, Jupiter is your other chart ruler. You are ruled by Neptune and Jupiter. Jupiter shining a light on your 5th house of creativity. It's the house of where we take a risk. It's love, it's joy, it's pleasure, it's harmony. And Jupiter, it amplifies your desire to express your heart freely with others, unapologetically. Creative projects, they can flourish. Romance, it can deepen. Your own inner child, it just feels alive again. You are reminded that joy, it's not a distraction from your spiritual path. It is part of it. When you nurture love and creativity, your intuition, it expands effortlessly. Now, meanwhile, you have Saturn and Neptune in the sign of Pisces. So this is moving through like your 1st house of who you are, your identity. This is about your business card, your website. It's your mind, your body, your spirit. It's here to help you blend this realism with your own spiritual grace. Saturn wants to help you ground your purpose with discipline and maturity. Saturn has the rings around it. It wants you to build things over short, middle, and long-term goals. While Neptune enhances empathy and imagination. Together, it's refining what is your vision of who you are becoming. Now, the opportunities of this transit, I love this Grand Water Trine. It's really teaching you through writing and travel and spiritual study. It's creative expression that can uplift not just yourself, but others. This is a personal renewal of faith and joy of who you are. The universe is inviting you to weave your dreams into a form, to create. Mars is offering the motivation. Saturn demands the structure. So don't scatter your energy at this time. Work with the flow of the water. Neptune's flow, it's heightening your intuition. And Saturn is reminding you to keep your feet on the ground. Jupiter is here to teach you that fulfillment, it comes from you sharing your light. By integrating wisdom and artistry and compassion and love and joy, you can manifest both beauty and purpose. Let your life become this living prayer, a reflection of divine creativity. So for my Pisces friends, a mantra can be, I expand through faith and joy and inspired action, trusting my heart to guide my higher path. So for my Pisces friends, thank you so much for being here. I'd love to hear thoughts about this in the comments below.